Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the LeverX webinar series, a free educational service offered to SAP customers to inform and demonstrate SAP functionality and industry best practices to improve your business performance. Our webinar today is entitled SAP's Idea to Performance Strategy Explained. This webinar, jointly sponsored by SAP and LeverX, will explain this new strategy and discuss how it has been developed in conjunction with SAP customers to address the increasing demands on manufacturers to drive down costs and time to market in an environment with increasing product complexities and compliance requirements. My name is Alan Mendel, Vice President at LeverX, and I will be the moderator for today's webinar. Before we begin our topic, let me briefly introduce you to LeverX. LeverX helps companies increase business value by leveraging existing investments in SAP solutions.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Alan. Again, as was mentioned, my name is Brian Soper. I'm a solution principal covering the PLM space for SAP. And as we go through today, we're going to talk about this term idea to performance, also in relationship to PLM. As SAP has looked at our customer base, specifically our manufacturing customers, we recognize that there's a large amount of need in the design, development, and delivery of product to the marketplace. And as such, we wanted to make sure we delivered our technologies and our solutions around the types of problems that our customers face on a day-to-day basis. Internally, we've labeled this idea to performance and have now carried that into our marketing literature, as we found that most customers, when you talk about terms like PLM or manufacturing, they tend to get a little vague when you look at technology and they're saying, well, when is it a PLM function versus when is it a manufacturing function versus when is it an ERP function? So we wanted to remove some of the old stigmas from those old three-letter acronyms and look at it from a new perspective, and again, looking at it from a customer perspective. And as we looked at these challenges and talk to our customers about what do they face, we hear a number of things on a regular basis. The primary objective or the primary concern that we had, if you roll all these up, is that it's much more challenging to design and develop and deliver products in today's market than it's ever been before, and it constantly gets more complex. And there's a number of things that contribute to that complexity. So we look at a number of items, whether it's, we'll say the smart world, we'll jump into the second box. We're enabling our technologies and our products with a fair amount of technology now, whereas before we may have had simple amount of chips or computer processing power, and every day we're putting more software, more electronics into our existing products. We're also dealing with a world that has a number of data elements to push back to us. So we can now capture our product performance either directly or indirectly. And we want to be able to pull that information back and be able to make more improved decisions.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is David Cramp from LeverX, and going to go in and talk a little bit and put some meat to the ideas that Brian so eloquently discussed with us here in the last few minutes. And, some of the things that, SAP's provided with this idea of performance is the ability to embed a lot of these things. What I'm going to go ahead and talk about and show some examples of this. And, some of this is, as Brian said, you're constantly iterating your products out there because, it's a customer of one, and you have to deliver the product faster, and you got to deliver it with higher quality. Because if you don't have the quality, you don't want somebody going viral on you in a social media, right? So there's a number of different tool sets that SAP has provided, and we're going to talk a little bit about managing change and using the business content viewer. This is the embedded analytics that Brian was alluding to that will provide you real-time abilities to analyze your information no matter where you are in SAP, and help your decision flow process by providing you timely, correct information to the right person at the right time so decisions can be made so your changes can flow through faster and more correctly, because the people that are reviewing and approving them will be seeing the most reliable information. When you're done with change, you have to hand it over to manufacturing or your product structure synchronization. Sorry for just the three-letter acronym there. I should have probably been a little more robust in my lettering, and I'll add that on the final. And so the handover to manufacturing. And one of the key things that SAP provides you is a view of doing this from either a discrete process, or a discrete industry side, or a process industry side.